What's up? It's your boy Josh One, and today we are back in Battle for Azeroth. We are looking at the Warlock class, specifically the Destruction spec. And for the most part, Destruction is unchanged for live. A few things, but I will go over just a few things for people that may be a little newer to the spec. In your spellbook, of course, you have your passives. Your first major passive is Backdraft, which makes Conflagurate, reduces the cast time of your next Incinerate or Chaos Bolt by 30%. Yay! I did it. Mastery, of course, is Chaotic Energies, which makes you deal so much more damage and you take a little bit of reduced damage. I do think Haste will probably still be our top stat, followed closely by Mastery, depending on your build. There's a build where I think a few of the other talents, which I'll go over in a minute, may have crit a little bit higher than the other stats. But I do think it's going to be Haste, Mastery, and then probably crit for most of the expansion, at least not the way things are set up right now. Lastly, one I want to go over is Soul Leech, which just makes all the single target damage done by you, and your man also grants you a shield that absorbs some damage up to 15 seconds and up to about 10% of your maximum health, which is always quite nice because you are clothy, which means you are a little squishy. Let's see. Next, we'll go over the talents. The major talents. Just real quick from what I was talking about with the crit stuff, because Soulfire, which is on a pretty long cast time, so you'll probably need some haste to bring this down halfway decent. But it does some fire damage. It deals a critical strike. It does lower 5,000 fire damage, but the damage is also further increased by your critical strike chance. Now, that's why I do believe that critical strike will probably be our third best stat for BFA. Also, because you can also take Dark Soul and Stability, and for it's a 2-minute cooldown, and if you hit it, and it increases your critical strike chance by 30% for 20 seconds, which if you already have a decent amount of crit and you hit that and then you hit a Soul Fire off, you're probably going to do, I imagine, could do quite a lot of damage. But now back to the case at hand, as it may be. This is the talent setup I'm running with for leveling and for leveling on Destruction. So I'll just go over what I have real quick. I picked Flash over, which makes Configurate deal 10% increased damage and grants another charge of Backdraft. To me, that's pretty important because right now Backdraft is only giving you have 2 charges of it and only gives you Configurate only has 2 charges, and it only gives you 1 charge each time you hit it for a Backdraft. So this, I think, makes it so you have 2 on each, so you have a total of 4. You hit it, you use the 2, then you hit it again, and you got 2 more charges. I like this, especially running around kiting stuff where I want to get Incinerates and stuff off as quickly as possible, more for to help break down all the AoE and stuff, really, when I'm stacking mobs and stuff up. In the 30 row, I picked Shadow Burn just basically for the Soul Shard Fragment generation. You can get some pretty nice things off if you need to get a good Chaos Bolt off real quick or something. This is actually really nice. Just a quick couple taps, and you've got almost a whole Soul Shard Fragment. So you can pair this up with some other stuff with Configurate and Configurate. I will get that right one of these days. You pair it up with that, and you can actually get yourself a whole Soul Shard pretty quickly. So maybe to get an extra Chaos Bolt off or something if you need to. Now I do think internal combustion or reverse empathy will have probably the reverse empathy. I cannot talk tonight. will probably be better for dungeons or raids. I don't see Shadow Burn being good outside of just quick for leveling, just to give you an extra few soul shard fragments when you need them. In the 45 range, I picked Burning Rush just for the extra speed movement, and level 60 Fire and Brimstone basically for the AOE. I do think though that they were Inferno or Cataclysm. I think in most situations, raid or most dungeons and stuff, maybe some Mythic Plus stuff where you need where you want to get a little bit more damage or something off, or you want to make sure you have Immobilate on all the targets. Something Cataclysm may be something to take, but I think Fire and Brimstone overall is the best, definitely the best talent in that row. 75 Dark Fury is crowd control. I just happen to like Dark Fury, and for the reduction on Shadow Fury. And the 90 row, I chose the Grimoire of Supremacy, which, while you have an Inferno active, every soul shard you spend increases the damage of your Chaos Bolt by 8%. This works actually really well. I was getting Chaos Bolts off of about between 16 to 24k, depending on how fast I could generate soul shards and stuff and use them. So it's pretty nice. And lastly, of course, I have Channel Demon Fire, which is nice for its AoE ability. This is a little changed, I believe, before it's from live, because I believe on live it doesn't do the extra damage to nearby enemies. So right now it launches 15 bolts of fell fire over 2 seconds at random targets affected by your Immobilate within 40 yards. Each bolt deals fire damage to the target and also deals some fire damage to nearby enemies. I don't believe, I believe on live, I may be wrong on this, please let me know if I am, but I believe on live right now, unless they have Immobilate on them, it doesn't actually do damage to them. So if that's the case, this is a nice change. Now, like I said, Dark Soul, I do think we could work up really nice with Soul Fire once you start really getting some crit and stuff. I am running War Mode on, of course, because why not? It's 15 extra percent, and it's 15 extra percent, XP for killing mobs and training quests. And honestly, you're not going to run into that many horde the first time you level. If you level at the start of the expansion, you're not going to really run into too many of them. Probably for a week or two at least. And also, if you do, honestly, with the changes to scaling and the changes to the way PvP works and damage and stuff works, they're not, even a 120 is not going to one-shot you and stuff. Is that you actually have a chance to defeat them. It's actually pretty nice. But I am running just the standard adaptation. I like this one. It's just nice passive. So it removes any loss of control effect with a duration of 5 seconds or more. It can only occur every 1 second. I am running Focused Chaos. Your Chaos Bolt damage increased by 65% rather, but it no longer strikes additional targets affected by Havoc, which really, when you're leveling, isn't that big of a deal anyway, at least not to me. And next I am Entrenched in Flame. It makes your Shadow Burn root the enemy target for 3 seconds. And this effect, it does not break on damage. This is really nice, because since you do have 2 charges, you can actually hit it, and you can actually have 2 targets root it for the 3 seconds. So it's really nice, like I said, when you're kiting things or just trying to get to, maybe a little bit more of an real quick oh crap button. You need to do this on a target just to get away with it a little bit, maybe to resummon your pet or something. I think it will work out pretty nicely. Next up, we have Cremation, which makes your configurate deal up to 3 additional % of the target's maximum health and fire damage if your target is affected by your Immobilate, which, let's face it, if you're single targeting something or main targeting something, you should always have Immobilate up on it, so you're always going to get it that 3% extra damage. So, which is quite nice actually. Now I haven't tried these out too much because I just haven't had the chance to get out in the world and try it. But from what I have, for the few minutes that I was able to, they work out actually pretty well. They're gonna man, honestly I really wish more mode would be could be active in dungeons or something. It would, I mean, it would really make you OP and stuff. But man, it would be nice because they are some really powerful stuff. It is really nice to be able to level with some of these talents. I cannot stress enough how nice it is. I mean, yeah, you take the risk of being attacked or something, but like I've said before, I know I'm harping a little bit, sorry, but with the changes to everything, you're really not going to 120 is not going to just come down and just completely destroy you and then run off. They're gonna have a fight on their hands if you're even marginally decent at PvP. So you shouldn't have a problem with it. And also, maybe you want to run in with a loved one or your friends or something. You run up in a little pack, you won't have any problems. But that's pretty much what I want to say about the destruction class and stuff. Spec, I think it's, like I said, it's not really changed that much. I do like the changes to the Grimoire of Supremacy. This is actually really nice. And like I said, I believe they changed the way Channel Demon Fire works. Not particularly sure, but I'm pretty sure it is. So I'm really happy. Those are two changes I'm really happy about. I do kind of wish they would have had, they would have something to make either Soulfire a instant cast or something to, or let the configurate like backdraft affect it. That's it. Yeah, let backdraft affect Soulfire, making the cast time 30% less, like it does Demon Bolt and stuff. I think that would make this a very, very worthwhile talent in my humble opinion. But there you go. Sorry if this is a little inny and outy there. It's kind of late where I'm at, but I wanted to make sure to get this out to y'all. So have a good day. As always, thank you, and I will see you next time.